In today's live session, we're mapping out realistic, achievable hair growth goals together, okay? When you leave this session, you will at least have an idea of how to set clear goals for your hair health and for your hair growth, all right? So if you are tired of setting goals that never seem to stick, or if you have never set hair goals at all, today that's going to change. If you're new here, my name is Kendra. I'm the founder of 180 Hair, and I help women over the age of 40 to reclaim and transform their hair health using holistic solutions. So this means my approach is all about your mindset, your habits, your nutrition, as well as stress management. Think of your hair growth journey like building a strong house, okay? You can't just throw bricks together and expect it to stand up, right? You need a solid foundation. And so I'm going to give you 3 pillars, the same pillars that I teach all the time, and that's mindset, your habits, and your nutrition. These are going to be the foundation of your hair transformation. Together, these 3 pillars create a complete holistic approach to your hair care. So when you focus on all 3 of these, I promise you, you are no longer guessing, but you're actually growing. Your hair is growing with purpose. So I want to break all these down first before we get into the goal setting part. And we are going to start with mindset. So why is mindset so important? Your mindset is your thoughts, right? Your thoughts shape your results. And this, of course, is the bottom of the foundation. If we're talking about layers of a foundation, this would be on the very bottom. Now, the way you think about your hair and your goals play a huge role in your success. Your mindset matters. I need you to get this in your head. My mindset matters. My mindset matters, okay? If you are constantly doubting yourself, which I know a lot of people do, when they are dealing with hair loss issues, you start to doubt yourself. You are expecting quick fixes. I know a lot of us do that. We start using a product and we want it to work yesterday, right? It's easy to get frustrated and give up. But if you have a positive mindset, you stay motivated and you stay focused. I promise you, even when results take time, because again, many times we're dealing with hair loss issues that have happened over time. We're talking about years. So it's going to take time for results to show in most cases. So instead of obsessing over the length of your hair, I know many of us want our hair to grow, and that's fine. But instead of obsessing over length, let's focus on health, okay? So when you tell yourself, I'm taking steps to have healthy, thriving hair, this helps to rewire your brain for success, because healthy hair is going to lead to healthy growth. It's all connected, okay? So focus on getting your hair healthy first. So what are some action steps we can take for a growth mindset? Because maybe you're thinking, okay, Kendra, that sounds good, but what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do to have a growth mindset? The first thing that you do, and this is when you're setting any goal, is to write down your why. Why do you want healthy hair? Why do you want your hair to grow? Your reason can be something as simple as confidence. I just want my hair to grow and be healthy because it helps with my confidence. Or it gives me a sense of self-care. If I'm doing good things for my hair, I feel better about myself, my self-care. I know a lot of times when our hair looks good, we feel good. We feel our best, okay? We have on an ugly outfit, but if their hair is popping, everything is okay, right? So that's the first thing. Write down your why. Why is it that you want healthy hair? And then a good thing, and this is if you're into this type of thing, is your daily affirmations. This is another thing that's going to help to rewire your brain. Saying things like, my hair is thriving because I'm consistent. Or I know that healthy hair starts from within, so I'm committed to the journey. But there are tons of things that you can tell yourself daily to reframe your mind to the positive side, okay? And then also you want to celebrate small wins. So we don't always think about the small things that we do when we're working towards achieving goals, right? So something as simple as, did you drink more water this week than you did last week? That's a win. That's something you need to be proud of yourself about. Did I stick to my wash day? That's progress. We need to acknowledge it. So acknowledging those small wins is going to be important. So before I move on to the next pillar, which is habits, okay, tell me one positive thought that you could tell yourself about your hair today. So the next pillar is habits and routine. Okay, so remember we talked about mindset, the things that we need to do to create a positive mindset before we start working towards our hair growth goals. Okay, so your habits. This is your routine. Okay, your habits are going to be your routine. This is where the magic happens, or this is where the magic don't happen. It's up to you. Now, why does the routine matter? Your hair thrives on consistency, ladies. Okay, if you skip a step, if you skip wash day, if you neglect moisturizing your hair, if you're using the wrong products, these things can sabotage your progress. All right, but if you have a strong, realistic routine, this is how you start to see results over time. When we talk about building a routine that works or building habits that work, we're talking about things like hydration. Hydrate your body. Wearing a protective style or scarves at night. We're talking about massaging your scalp, doing a scalp massage. These are the daily things. So your daily habits, of course, is staying hydrated, wearing your silk satin scarves at night, massaging your scalp. Doing scalp massages every day for 5 minutes will make a big difference. So what are the things that we can do weekly? One thing would be washing and conditioning your hair. I know some of us do our wash days every 2 weeks. That's fine. Deep conditioning. You definitely want to deep condition weekly if you are experiencing extreme dryness, brittleness, or breakage. And then monthly, when we think about our monthly habits, we want to make sure we're doing things like checking for split ends. We're getting regular trims, okay? A lot of times we don't want to trim that hair because we think it's going to make our hair look shorter. But remember, your hair does not grow from the ends, it grows from the roots. So if you cut those ends off, your hair is still going to grow, and it's going to grow healthier because it's not going to continue splitting as it grows out, okay? So always start small. You don't have to come up with 20 different things, okay? You don't have to come up with 20 different things to set goals. You can start with one thing, okay? You start with one thing, start with one habit, and stick to it for a few weeks before adding more. Get yourself in the habit of sticking to one thing. You don't have to do everything all at once. Now, moving on to the third pillar, which is nutrition. Nutrition. This is the one that nobody wants to talk about, okay? I always say that because as soon as I start talking about nutrition, I lose people. But nutrition is what fuels your hair, okay? Why does nutrition matter? Your hair needs the right nutrients to grow. Without the right nutrients, it can become dry, it can become brittle, or even stop growing altogether. All right? Think of everything that you eat is your hair's secret superpower. So every time you put something in your mouth, think to yourself, how is this affecting my hair growth? How is this giving nutrients to my follicles so that my hair can grow healthy? Every time you put something in your mouth, think that. All right? So key nutrients for hair growth. I've talked about this before. We know we need protein. This is to strengthen our hair. We need iron. This helps to prevent shedding. We need our omega-3s. This helps to promote shine and hydration. And then we need biotin. All right, this helps to support the growth process, and as well as helps with thickness as well. And then beyond food, of course, we know we need to stay hydrated. Your hair needs water to stay moisturized and strong. Stress. I've done so many videos on stress and how it affects the hair. High stress can lead to hair loss, okay? And then, of course, we know we need to exercise. Exercise improves blood flow, which delivers nutrients to the scalp. We all know this because I've talked about this so many times. So some action steps that you can do like today, starting today, for your nutrition and wellness is add one hair healthy food to your meals this week, okay? Just one hair healthy food. Drink your water this week. Find a relaxing activity. If you are somebody that works a high stress job or you're in high stress situations, find something to relax your mood this week, an activity that can help you unwind, okay? Just remember the 3 pillars that I just talked about. When you focus on all 3 of these, your mindset, your habits, and your nutrition, you are building a strong foundation for healthy hair that not just grows, but it's thriving. Now let's move on to the part we are all here for. Now, we've covered the 3 pillars of hair growth, okay? The 3 pillars that I want you to focus on. Now it's time to focus on turning those principles into actionable steps. Why does setting goals matter? A lot of times when I'm talking to women about their hair health, I ask them, what is your goal? What is it that you're trying to achieve? And a lot of times nobody has an answer, or nobody really knows what it is they want to do. They just know that their hair is having issues and they don't like it, right? But it's always good to have a goal, because without a clear goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. You start trying to find products for every little thing when it's not necessary, and then you lose focus, okay? So a goal just helps to give you clear direction and motivation to stay consistent. So again, your goal, your overall goal can be hair growth, but there are little steps along the way that you need to make sure you're addressing to get to that ultimate goal. Everybody's ultimate destination is hair growth, okay? All of us, me included. Everybody's ultimate destination is hair growth. But there are little stops that we need to make along the way to make sure that we get to that destination. We have to be specific. Instead of saying, I want my hair to grow, instead of saying, I want to get to that final destination, we need to say, I want to improve my scalp health first. I want to keep my hair and scalp hydrated and balanced, because I know that's a step to get to the ultimate goal. Many of you have probably heard about the SMART framework. So the word SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. I'm going to break that down to the simplest terms, honey, okay? So let's start with the S. What exactly do you want to achieve? So we need to make it specific, all right? I want to reduce scalp dryness. That can be a specific goal. Now we have to make it measurable. That's the M. How will you know when you have achieved it? Okay, that's how we're going to measure. How will I know once I've achieved my goal? Okay, if your goal is I want to reduce scalp dryness, how will you know when you've achieved that? My scalp feels hydrated and free of flakes. Okay, I'm no longer having these issues with my scalp. That's how you will know. You have to make it achievable. That's the A. Is this realistic? Okay, a lot of times we set goals that are not realistic for our lifestyle. If you know you are a busy person and you got a lot going on, do not set unrealistic goals. That is the first way to give up. That's your first step for giving up. If you set a goal that's not even realistic for you. If you can commit to oiling your scalp twice a week, that's achievable. You don't have to do it every day if you can't, but if you can do it twice a week, that is making it achievable for your lifestyle. Okay, and then the R is relevant. Does this align with your overall journey? Okay, yes, because a healthy scalp is going to equal better hair growth. So yes, the goal of reducing scalp dryness is going to make my scalp healthier, which is going to give me better hair growth. And then the T for SMART is time bound. So when do you want to achieve this by? This is another thing that needs to be realistic, is the time frame. Let's say 3 months. Within 3 months, I want to reduce my scalp dryness. All right. So that's how we create a SMART goal. The SMART goal framework is taking the S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. You take all of those things and you create your goal based on that. Let's think of another example. Here, this is where we can put the SMART goal all together in one sentence. The goal is, I will improve my scalp health by oiling my scalp twice a week, drinking 8 glasses of water daily, and doing weekly deep conditioning treatments for the next 3 months. So we've taken that goal and we've made it into something that we can actually do. If you feel overwhelmed by creating a goal, then take that time to break it down into smaller things that are even more achievable for you. Next step is to track your progress. Tracking your progress helps you to stay motivated and to see how far you have come. So how can we track our journey? Take photos. This is something I used to tell women all the time when I was heavily promoting the Balm hair and scalp treatment, because we tend to second guess ourselves. We look at our hair every day, so we don't always see the small changes that are happening. But taking photos of your hair, or whatever area of your hair it is that you're trying to fix or that you're working on, it definitely helps you to see those small changes. Keeping a hair journal is another thing that you can do to help to track your progress. And then using a checklist. If you create yourself a checklist for your weekly habits, like your wash day, your scalp massages, your hydration goals. I know for me, whenever I set a goal, I create a task list, and just putting a check mark off the thing that I did, it gives me like this instant gratification, right? It's like, okay, I did something. If I'm able to check something off a list, then that means I did something. So I love doing that. If that works for you, fine. That's just what works for me. Okay. And then again, like I said, celebrating the small wins. Every step forward is worth celebrating. Okay. So every little thing that you do, every little thing that you check off that list, let's celebrate it. Send me a text, send me a message and say, hey, Kendra, I was consistent this entire week. We're going to celebrate. Okay. Because all of these are signs of making progress. And that's what we want to do. Let's move on. Here's the thing. There's always going to be roadblocks. I understand that. When we are setting goals and things like that, stuff happens. Even with the best goals and intentions, I know life happens. Challenges can derail your progress. So I want to talk about some common roadblocks to hair growth and how we can overcome them with some practical solutions. One thing I know that people are going to say is, Kendra, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to stay consistent. The reason I don't stay consistent is because I don't have time. All right. But here's some solutions. If you feel like you don't have enough time, simplify your routine. Maybe your routine is a little too complicated. You need to simplify it. Focus on the essential things. You don't have to do 5 different things in a week. One thing, the one thing that you know you can stick to, do that. Okay. Plan ahead. That's another thing that you can do to help the time thing feel not so overwhelming. Schedule your wash day or schedule your hair treatments or put it on your calendar. If you're somebody like me that lives by their calendar, I wish I could pull it up on my phone. It's ridiculous. Like I literally have everything on my calendar. So if it's not on my calendar, it didn't happen or it's not going to happen. I'm just that anal about making sure that I get stuff done. Okay. And then, so that's one thing. I understand time is an issue for a lot of us, but if you feel like you are overwhelmed because of time, simplify your routine or just plan ahead. Have it in your mind. Hey, on Friday, I'm doing A, B, and C. No excuses. Okay. Another roadblock can be inconsistency. Like I said in the beginning, we start off strong and then we fall off track. So what can we do? Set reminders. Again, use that phone or planner. If you like to do pen to paper, I still do that sometimes too. It can help to remind you of key habits like scalp massages or hydration. So just put yourself a reminder on your calendar or on your phone app or however you do that. And then again, start small. Focus on one habit at a time until it becomes second nature. So that's how you can deal with inconsistency. And then maybe sometimes having an accountability partner. If you got a homegirl that'll be like, girl, did you do your scalp massage today? Or somebody in your house, like my kids are good accountability partners because when it comes to reminding me to do something, they got that down pat. But if I remind them to do something, they can't remember nothing. Having my children as my accountability partners works for me because they always want to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Another thing is lack of motivation. Okay. It's easy to lose motivation, especially when we don't see results right away. Again, celebrate small wins. It's like me when I'm going to the gym every day. If I have a goal of, I want a certain part of my body to look a certain way, I want to, tone up a certain area. If I go 4 or 5 days in a row and I'm still not seeing the results I want, it's easy to lose motivation. It's easy for me to be like, well, why am I even doing this? I'm not even seeing no results. But continuing to go and just appreciating the process, like, Kendra, this is just what it's going to take, okay? It actually helps. Another thing for lack of motivation is visualizing your goal. If there's somebody's hair that you love or a specific time of your life where your hair looked a certain way, print that picture out and post it up somewhere, wherever you do your hair routine. This could kind of help to motivate you. Like, I want to get my hair back like this. So here's this picture of what my hair used to be, or here's this picture of this person whose hair I think is amazing. I want to at least try to get somewhat in this area, right? So that helps with the motivation. Another thing is product overload. This can be a roadblock. When y'all be buying all these products, ma'am, Y'all be buying all these products and switching every 2-3 days. You do not give your hair or yourself time enough to see what's working. All right. So simplify that thing. Simplify your stash. Stick with a few key products that work for your hair or that you think will work for your hair, and stick with them until it's been enough time to tell if it's actually working. But 2 or 3 days, a week is not enough time. Also, if you want to introduce new products, introduce them slowly, one at a time, to see how your hair reacts. Because if you're using 4 or 5 different things, and say, for instance, you get some scalp irritation, or you're noticing that your hair is drier or has this weird film on it or whatever, you don't know which product is causing it. So introduce these things slowly. And then another thing is throw the stuff that you're not using or that's expired, ma'am, throw it in the trash. You do not need to keep stuff that is expired, or if you have not used it in months, throw it away. Okay, the next thing, being frustrated with slow results. So this kind of goes back to the motivation thing. We want to focus on health, not length. Your hair is going to grow. That's what it does. But we need to prioritize health. Okay, we want to prioritize healthy hair, not just growing hair. And then I know stress is another thing that can be a roadblock. Again, life happens, but stress can throw off your routine. Stress can throw off your hair growth cycle. Stress can throw everything off balance. I get it. So sometimes when stressful things happen, you may have to just set those hair care goals aside. And like, you know what? Look, I need to take care of myself right now. Me. My hair is going to be there. I need to take care of me. So focus on relieving the stress first, doing what works for you. I don't know what works for you. It may be journaling, it may be exercise, it may be meditation. Whatever it is, take care of you first. You can get back to your hair growth goals later. And then the last thing that's a roadblock I know it can be is not knowing where to start. Again, this gets back to the overwhelm. You not knowing where to start, this can get you to just not do anything, right? Information overwhelm. Having so much information, all the channels on YouTube, all the blog posts, all the stuff on TikTok, all the social media, it just leads you to just like, nah, I'm not doing nothing. This is too much stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm not doing nothing. All right. So just set clear goals. If you have your clear goals set, then that gives you a starting point. All right. Make sure that your goal is realistic. Make sure that you're educating yourself, reading my blog posts, watching my YouTube videos. They're all to educate you. I gave you the 7 roadblocks and I gave you some solutions to overcome those. So you don't have no excuses, friends. I thank you all so much for being here and hitting that like button, please. If you would do that, I would appreciate it. Before I go, I do want to mention briefly that we are starting a challenge on Saturday. It is called the Get Your Hair Together Challenge. It is primarily happening in our Facebook group. I know many of you are probably not on Facebook, and that's fine. I'll still publish the challenge details each day on the community tab. But if you're looking for that interaction, it's going to be in the Facebook group. If you want to be a part of that, then definitely go to the community page for the details. Also, if you have enjoyed the information that I've given you today and you actually want to put these tips into action, I have the Emergency Haircare Planner that is structured for goal tracking. Okay, so you'll be able to go in there, see everything that we talked about today, and create your own plan based on your hair's needs. So use this as a tool to guide you through the goal setting process. All right, it's going to help you create your goals, create your SMART goals as we talked about. It's going to help you create a weekly, daily, and monthly plan. I even give you some examples of goals that you can use. If you cannot think of one yourself, you can use a sample goal that I give you. It's available on the website. Let me know what you think about it. And of course, if you have questions, you can always come back to this video and ask them. All right, y'all. So remember, hair growth is a journey, okay? It is not a race. Like I said, we want to focus on consistency, not perfection. I want you to stay patient and remember your hair transformation starts on the inside with your mindset, your habits, and your nutrition. Okay, I will always talk about that because those are the most important things when we are dealing with our hair health. And as always, you deserve hair that's healthy and growing. It is my mission to help you get there. Thank you all again so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.